Welcome back to the Magic Mechanic Radio Show right here on WDBO. My name's Josh McCarthy, the middleman between your questions and the answers provided by the one and only Larry Perry, the Magic Mechanic. If you want to talk to Larry live on the air to get your car question answered, maybe your steering wheel shaking a little bit, or maybe there's a smell coming out of wherever smells should not be coming out of, call right now, 844-580-9326, 844-580 WDBO. This time of the show, we like to set aside to answer some of the open mics. Larry, what do you say we listen to that first one?
Let's go for it.
Oh, hang on a second. We still have AC/DC playing in the background. Let me push pause because I am a professional radio connoisseur.
Hello, Robert in Ocala here with the 2013 Dodge Avenger 3.6-liter engine. My owner's manual says to replace the spark plugs at 150,000 miles. I'm wondering if that's waiting too long. And the car currently has 66,000. Thank you.
All right. In most cases, what we're dealing with nowadays, vehicles in most cases come with what we call iridium spark plugs. And that means that the grounding strap, or the grounding post that runs throughout the plug, has iridium in it. And what it does is it makes it extremely durable. So this is kind of my rule of thumb. Most manufacturers recommend to replace spark plugs right at 100,000 miles. And I tell folks all the time, I say, you know what? I said a lot of times you'll put a new set of plugs in a car and you really don't see any major improvements or any improvement in fuel economy or anything like that, unless there's a problem in that cylinder or whether there's a problem with the spark plug itself. Now, the reason it is a very good idea to replace them at 100,000 miles is because a spark plug itself is made out of steel. And the cylinder heads that are on the engines are made out of aluminum. So you've got two dissimilar metals there that are constantly being exposed to heat expansion and cold contraction constantly. And plus you get acids that'll build up in and around the threads. If you exceed 100,000 miles on these spark plugs, you may have to live with them for the rest of their life because they may not come out of the head unless you remove the cylinder heads. And then, because the plugs will usually break off in the heads. They won't come out, or it'll bring the threads with it when you do. So 100,000 miles is a really good area for spark plug replacement. 150,000 miles is kind of ridiculous in my book. I think that is so overkill. That's ridiculous. You shouldn't be running them that long, but because there's going to be some issues if you keep them in there that long. But replacing them every 100,000 miles, that's nothing but just good maintenance. 60,000 miles, I'm going to tell you, I think it would just be too early. There's a lot of car manufacturers that do recommend at 60,000, but in a case like this, if we took them out now and looked at them, they're probably going to be brand new. But your biggest thing that you need to be concerned with that 3.6 engine is to, number one, use AMSOIL and stay away from the 20 weight oils. You want to use a 0W30 Signature Series AMSOIL, and that'll keep that 60,000 mile Pentastar 3.6 engine running a long time. But you don't want to use 20s in these 3.6 engines. You want to use a 030. With the 0, you got the lowest cold pour point you can get, and you got a 30 weight at normal operating temperatures only. So the oil is plenty fluid when it's cold, and you don't have to run these ultra thin oils. But you need to use the AMSOIL, and you need to use the 0W30. That is the secret to success with that 3.6 liter engine. Thanks for your open mic.
Thank you so much. We got one more coming your way, one more open mic. If you want to send one in right now, maybe I can flip it over before Larry finishes this answer. Download the free WDBO app and send us an open mic.
Thanks for tuning in to the Magic Mechanic Radio Show and, of course, our new YouTube channel. For more automotive tips, tricks, and just general information, make sure you subscribe to our new YouTube channel.